Okay, we're on a greatest hits tour of the Northern Territory. We're at the Larapinta at the moment, and we've gone for the old people's itinerary. We've got, I think, 18 days to walk this trail, so I think we'll struggle through, maybe. Well, I shouldn't put the moz on us, but it's looking pretty sensational out here at the moment. Blue sky, predicted high 20s for the next week, and the nights are only about 4 or 5 degrees, so that's not too bad. Joe's just signing us in. We're going to spend the day doing not much, going out to Redbank Gorge, maybe climb Sonder this afternoon. We'll see how that all goes. So we're breaking the mould. We're going up Mt Sonder during the day because obviously we got here too late this morning after the transfer. We didn't get here till about 10ish. So we've set a tent up down at the shelter, which I'll video later. And now we're climbing up Mt Sonder. To be honest with you, the best views of Sonder from the hilltop lookout at sunrise, or Counts Point even, at sunrise in a few days, so I think. But that's just my opinion. I'm not saying the view from the top's no good though, it's pretty awesome. Anyway, maybe get down this afternoon, we'll head over to Redbank for a swim. I'll see how hot it gets. It's actually, for this time of year, we're in June, it's actually pretty warm. It's going to be almost 30 for about the next week, so it's good. So we're halfway up, probably about halfway up Mt Sonder at the lookout. We've got our tents down in the trees down there. There's a camp somewhere around in there. There's a green hut. There's another green hut up at the car park in that wide open expanse of dirt. That's not where we're camping. We're heading up here at the moment. So this is a little bit on the demoralising side. Got to drop down through that saddle before we make the final climb up there. So we've made it to the top of Mt Sonder. This is actually the official start or end point at this cairn over here. So I'm actually gonna touch on over here, I suppose. Well, I've already done 7 or 8 k's to get here. Good thing about this is you can see the track going for miles in the distance. You can pick out landmarks. There's rugged hills over there. That's Ormiston Pound, Mount Giles. They look small from up here, but well, the hills on the right of them look small, but actually quite big. That's the Larapinta Trail going along over those hills. And that's tomorrow's route along the bottom there. So we're dropping off, so we're officially on the trail now, we've touched on. We're dropping off Mt Sonder. We're going just back down to the Redbank car park or the Redbank trailhead type of thing, or Mt Sonder trailhead, whatever it's called. Camp the night. I'll see how I feel. It's about just before 3. I might swing out to Redbank for a skinny dip tonight. We'll see how we go. The temperature's warm during the day, but it's going to get cold at night, so I don't know. We'll see how we go. Redbank's always cold. I'm pretty happy to be back up here again, walking again though. I love this kind of country. So we're still dropping off Sonder. We've just left the ridge now. We're dropping down a spur off the side. Well, soonish. We're sidling the ridge at the moment. We're going to drop down to that creek line down there again. Still thinking I might duck around the gorge for a swim tonight when we get back. We'll see how we go. So we've made it back down to Redbank. We're just going up to the gorge and I might have a swim. Got some water, topped it up. I haven't even put up camp yet. I'm just going to camp in the creek or on the edge of the creek here in the sand later on. But I figure if I am going to go for a swim, I better do it soon. So we're just heading up to Redbank Gorge. This is off the Larapinta. It's actually probably before you start or at the end. It's a little side trip. There's a nice little swimming hole at the end here with a slot canyon. To get into the slot canyon, you normally got to swim. And it's normally really cold, so we'll see how we go. I'll probably jump in, I'm thinking. Even though I've only walked one day, probably almost done, I don't know what it'll be, probably close to 18, 19 k's today, I guess. And it's been warm-ish. You're going to have to take my word for it. Well, hang on. You can see my shirt's wet. I was in, squealed like a girl, swam for about 30 seconds. People a kilometre away could probably hear me. It was that cold. But I've had a swim. That's good. We're just heading back now. I actually have got all my stuff in Joanne's tent. I've got to set up my gear. I've got to set up camp tonight. But that'll take about 2 minutes because I think I'm just going to put a ground sheet down and sleep on the ground. We shall see. Alright, day one is almost done and dusted. So I've just been to the hut at Redbank and got refilled my water. Joanne's camping at the hut, or near the hut. It's very popular, very busy. I've found a spot down here on Redbank Creek about 100 metres away from the hut, and there's no one there. So rather than stay with everyone else, I'm going to head out here. I don't know if you can see the moon up there. I'm just going to lay a ground sheet down and have a go and see. I want to kind of get an idea on how much dew is around. So I'm just going to try and cowboy camp tonight and we'll see how it goes. I figure if I can do it down here by the riverbeds, I'm going to be fine up the top on the ridges. I have got my duplex with me if I need it, but it's much nicer laying under the stars up here normally. But let's just see how that all goes, eh? Yeah, alright, well that's the end of day one on my Larapinta adventure. I'm just cooking some tea. Well, I'm actually cooking a hot chocolate. I've had tea. Got my kind of camp set up over here. Oh, let's go have a squiz. So we'll see how much dew comes in tonight. We'll give it a go. I think it'll be fine. See a little kitchen over there. The main camp's way over in the trees, probably 500 metres away. There's a lot of people over there, a lot more peaceful here. We'll see how it goes. This is a very, very nice campsite. There's Redbank Creek down there in the distance. I don't know if you can see that with my light or not. No water in any of these creeks, of course. And up in the stars, up in the sky, that's the moon. It's going to be almost full. Walked about just over 20 k's today, I think. I'll put the stats up on the end, so it was a solid day. It's pretty easy though. Tracks are all good. The climb's gentle up to Mt Sonder. Redbank Gorge is as cold as ever. I got about a tenth of the way across, squealing like a little girl. But anyway, but yeah, I wasn't going to go all the way, that's for sure. Anyway, this is a nice camp, so let's see how I pull up in the morning.